Good day guys, nice to have you here. My name is Davis, and in case you are wondering where DB is, he has an awful case of sore throat, but should be back soon. Anyway, today we'll talk about some of the best picks for the month of June season 28 and possibly the coming months as well. This is a prediction and could change depending on whether Moonton will roll out the adjustments to the original server or not. Also, these heroes were chosen based on the official data from the developers, original server and advanced server updates, and also feedback from former and current Mythical Glory players. These heroes were grouped according to their primary roles officially listed in the game, not the lanes nor areas they are ideally played in, and are not sorted according to how good they are since a lot of them are equally effective. And finally, we'll also share some recommendations for each hero that will certainly help you gain more wins. If you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like, share, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Khufra is a very versatile tank with the ability to decrease the effectiveness of heroes that rely on blink and dash skills thanks to his second skill. He has pretty much everything you need from an effective tank roamer. He has tremendous defense, multiple control effects such as slow, airborne, and displacement. His ultimate also works with Flicker, which makes that a huge advantage against heroes that have excellent mobility. Atlas is still a very formidable pick this month. He is capable of easily getting into a good position thanks to his second skill, allowing him to set enemies effectively using his ultimate, and with Flicker's help, it's even easier to set enemies up. There is no other role suitable for him besides being a roamer, and try to avoid heroes that can cleanse his ultimate. After all, it's the main reason you want to play Atlas. Glue is a very resilient hero that is excellent in chasing down and slowing enemies thanks to his ultimate. It also allows him to pick the enemy's core hero or carry, which can give the team a huge advantage once they are taken down. A portion of the damage Glue receives while mounted on an enemy hero is applied to them. Be careful though, since turret damage won't be dealt on his host. Beatrix is a very effective and well-rounded hero because of her skill set that allows her to change her weapons and switch basic attack types, range, and area of effect. Unlike most marksmen, she is also not as heavily impacted by Dominance Ice, which is a good thing considering how that item can make a fool out of many heroes that rely on their basic attacks. Melissa's ability to outmatch the opposing marksman on the lane thanks to her second skill, which gives her significant range advantage and damage, is what makes her terrifying. To any marksman, gaining experience and gold fast is one of your primary goals in order to become stronger, and if you're up against Melissa, that will be easier said than done. Her ultimate is an amazing tool for keeping melee heroes away or pinning them down against the wall. Wanwan may be one of the weakest marksmen in the early game, but she can be problematic as soon as she gains enough experience and at least 2 of her damage items. She also has a cleansing ability which can make it challenging for other heroes to pin her down. To make matters worse for other heroes, her ultimate, if successfully activated, renders her untouchable. Bane is a very powerful hero that can be effective on any lane. If you want to improve his passive skills damage and first skill greatly, invest more on physical damage items. If you want to improve his second skill and ultimate's damage greatly, invest in more magic damage items. He's included on this list because of his ability to destroy multiple enemies within 1 second. That's how efficient he is in killing. And since all of his skills have a very wide range, having him in team fights can be very deadly for his enemies. Arlott is a very powerful fighter carry thanks to his passive that allows his second skill to dash towards one enemy to another while dealing tremendous damage and simultaneously regenerating some of his HP. He can be a very good hero in clutch situations since his second skill cannot be interrupted during its movement, which gives him a bit of partial immunity. Arlott's damage output is also good enough without too many damage items. 2 to 3 should be enough, and since he can regenerate HP using some of his skills, buying Bloodlust Axe is no longer a necessity and you can focus on items with greater damage or defenses instead. Minsithr is still enjoying his stay in the meta as one of the best in the game. He has very good control skills that prevents dash and blink reliant heroes from escaping. What also makes him great is his ability to pull multiple enemies at once. Right now, he is ideally played as a jungler and built with mostly damage items to take advantage of his improved skill damage mechanics. Xavier is a very powerful glass cannon not only because of his damage output, but also his range and control abilities. Be careful when playing him since he is extremely squishy. Try your best to also remain hidden in the map and only come out when absolutely necessary, such as to get minion last hits or to join team fights. In order to maximize his full potential, above average map awareness is the key. Noveria is a ridiculous glass cannon with tremendous range and firepower. Her ultimate is excellent in teamfights because of its ability to reveal surrounding areas. As if it wasn't powerful enough, they also gave her ultimate tremendous range that allows her to not just cover a large area, but also reach enemies from a great distance. Valentina will still be a feared part of the meta. Her ability to counter or nullify most other heroes' abilities have been and will always be her best trait because of her powerful ultimate. She adapts well against most any lineup and works great both as an XP laner and a mid laner. Just make sure to hit enemies with her skills as much as possible in order to gain XP advantage with the help of her passive skill. Lolita is a very powerful support that can render a lot of long-ranged attackers useless. Whenever playing as Lolita, always consider your ally's safety. She is one of the few true support tanks that really shine as a powerful support and camper. The only problem with her is she is a specialist. In other words, she is so good against very specific heroes, which in her case are long-ranged heroes, but is mediocre against everything else. Diggy is the best hero against those that rely heavily on control effects to be successful. His ultimate is literally the ultimate weapon against control effects and can render some heroes close to useless. Since Diggy's job is to protect allies at all costs, he is ideally built with defensive equipment and can be very useful in vision control whether he is alive or dead thanks to his passive that allows him to roam around even after getting killed. Faramis is a hero capable of turning the tides of battle instantly for an entire team because of his ultimate's ability to protect his allies from death. His first skill is also capable of pulling enemies towards him whilst causing tremendous damage thanks to his second skill. What I like about Faramis is he can be deadly effective whether he is played as a mid laner or a roamer. Joy is a very nimble, resilient and agile assassin capable of running across the battlefield with ease while dealing damage on multiple enemies. To make matters worse, she even has crowd control immunity, which makes pinning her down pretty challenging for most heroes. Eamon can be a problem for a lot of heroes, especially squishies, because of his tremendous damage output that can eliminate enemies instantly. His cloaking ability also allows him to avoid target locking skills and either escape danger or get a better position in order to take a kill. The best part with Eamon is his very easy to play hero mechanics. Lancelot is an assassin that heavily thrives on destroying enemies using his skills. And with the buff they gave Dominance Ice, it's only natural to have more heroes that rely more on skills rather than basic attacks in order for the team not to be heavily impacted by that item negatively. He also has tremendous mobility that rivals a lot of high mobility heroes and depending on the player even exceeds most dash and blink type heroes such as Arlott. There you go, those are the heroes that I think will leave a mark in the month of June Season 28. What do you think? If you were to replace some of the heroes here, who would it be and who would you replace it with? Leave your thoughts on the comments section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe everyone. Peace.